So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video, guys. And yeah, finally we've got spoilers for chapter 270. However, we did not get much information. But these spoilers are very interesting. This chapter focuses on what the old characters did in the original timeline. Baji is also alive in this timeline. Yeah, compared to Takemichi's timeline, none of the characters died in Shinichiro's timeline. After seeing these spoilers, only one thing came to my mind. We thought Shinichiro only wanted to save his brother Mikey. But everything is so bad in this timeline. I don't know what's going on in the story. But based on that, I'm going to share my thoughts. So before we talk about that, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So this chapter is called Worth My While. As you can see in the picture here, it's Shinichiro and Baji. This chapter begins with time skip. In the previous chapter, we saw that Mikey was in a vegetative state for almost 4 years. Leaker did not leak any panel about that Mikey. He said he will leak some pages today. Check out his tweet here. Based on this, I think Mikey is most likely dead in this timeline. This is just my guess. I'm not sure about this. As mentioned in my previous video, people in vegetative state are unlikely to survive for long. If not, Mikey's situation must be getting worse. But surely this is another sad chapter for Mikey fans. When we get more information, I will make a separate video about it. So anyway, let's talk about this first leak panel. Shinichiro goes with Baji to pick up Sanzu, who has been released from reformatory. But Baji was completely unconcerned about him. Baji's personality is completely different in this timeline. He didn't care about his friends. He tells Shinichiro, "Why bother with him? Why are you picking him up?" But Shinichiro tells him, "Don't say that." Shinichiro also cares a lot about his brother Mikey and his friends. The funny thing is that these two go there to pick up Sanzu. But we still haven't got any information about Takomi. Sanzu is his brother. Takomi doesn't care about him. The leaker also said that we won't get anything about the Senju in this chapter. We don't know what happened to Senju in the Bonton arc. I hope we get Senju's timeskip design soon. Now the second leak. This is just a picture of Baji. It makes me happy that Baji is alive in this original timeline. Also, his hair resembles Kazutora's hair. Unfortunately, he never met both Chifu and Kazutora in this timeline. It's pretty sad when you think about it. His only friend is Mikey. But he has been in the hospital for almost 4 years. When we compare him with the Baji we know, we can see more differences. He doesn't have any friends who are a good influence on him. In Takemichi's timeline, we saw how much he cared about his mother. His friends are very precious to him. Baji almost never met any of the Toman gang members in the timeline. Draken, Mitsuya, Kazutora, Pachin all know nothing about Mikey. Now Baji is completely on the corrupt side of the criminal world. Shinichiro was the only one with him. He only cares about the people around him. And now the third leak. You can see the scar over Sanzu's eye. There is no scar on his mouth. Sanzu was locked up in the reformatory because he cut his friend with his sword. Everyone hates Sanzu for using his sword in battle. But he seems to have mastered swordsmanship at an early age. The scar in his eye reminds me of Takomi. He also has a similar scar in his eye. Sanzu was very naive in the second timeline. And he cared for his sister. But he was always blamed for something he didn't do. That made him a different person in the future. Mikey also helped him. Mikey recruits Sanzu into the Toman gang. But after that, he slowly began to show his true self. Sometimes, he does not hesitate to use the sword even to kill his friends. In Takemichi's timeline, we never see Baji and Sanzu talking. Even if they are in the same gang. Baji doesn't care about him at all in this original timeline either. Although he is his childhood friend, he has no interest in meeting him again. It also confuses me sometimes when we talk about each timeline. Because after Shinichiro successfully saved Mikey, everyone became a completely different person. We saw it all in Takemichi's timeline. But Sanzu was the only one who didn't show any change. Mikey has always hated weak people. Although Sanzu is his childhood friend, Mikey does not include Sanzu when he first forms the Toman gang. But I think that time Sanzu must have been in the Reformation. He told Mucho that he had no family. I think that's lie. He hated Takomi more. Shinichiro now goes to the reformatory to pick him up. In Takemichi's timeline, Shinichiro already dies. So Mikey helped him that time. We still don't know the full content of this chapter. Check out this tweet from the leaker. Both Mikey and Sanzu have the same emoji. I hope we get to know more about Sanzu in this chapter as well. But I don't understand what this means. I wonder if something bad happened to Baji. I don't know what to think about this since Baji and Sanzu don't have a good friendship. So this is the final leak. This is Wakasa's new time skip character design. Ever since he talked about Shinichiro's time leap, my interest in his character has increased. And Wakasa is like a Yakuza member. I wonder what happened to them in this timeline. Everyone has completely changed. Since the Black Dragon Gang disbanded. The Black Dragon Gang was very influential in Japan. For example, Takomi continued to live under the influence of the gang after it was disbanded. But at that time both Wakasa and Benkei were running their own gym. But I don't think it will happen in the timeline. Someone must have killed Benkei. I think Wakasa wants to take revenge for that. Wakasa and Mikey are similar in some ways. Wakasa he needs someone to manage him and keep him the good track. Like Mikey needs Takemichi. I wonder which character this chapter will focus on. Like Takemichi, I think Shinichiro wants to save everyone, not just Mikey. They are ready to sacrifice themselves for everyone. And this timeline is just plain bad. Can't wait for the official chapter. If we get any additional information I will let you know. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.